Jonathan.
Yes.
Jonathan Holmes.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what.
What?
Right, I don't know if you've heard the news.
No.
But I'm sick and tired of it.
What?
Not of not being president. I've had enough of modern society, of modern life, of Rocco's modern life.
What's wrong with modern life?
I'm putting it all behind me, Jonathan. I'm packing it all in. The future is not the past. But the future is the past.
What?
Because
like
I'm going...
Looper?
Yes, a bit like Looper, but with more loincloth. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I announced this week that I'm done. I'm jacking it all in.
Jacking in?
I'm giving up Destructoid, giving up The Escapist,
come on,
giving up Gamefront, giving up Konami, definitely giving up Konami.
Don't give up Konami, they're just getting started.
Yeah, I'm throwing it all, I'm ditching my wife, abandoning the child, selling the house, because I've had enough. And the good news is, Jonathan...
Now he gives them the stand-up routine in LA. Sorry.
That's,
the good news... Conrad cut me off before the best bit of this.
That's okay.
Because I've made the decision for you as well.
Weren't you... I thought... So first I need to stroke you through Castle Greyskull to get into my house. And now I'm not even going to have a house.
Greyskull!
That's what I think you said.
Well, after you've... Yes, first of all, you have to stroke me through Castle Greyskull. Do that. Right, good. Stroke it. Maybe give it a lick.
Ugh.
It's your choice. It's your flavour.
Yes, thank you.
Now, Jonathan. As you know, you and I have always shared a dream.
No.
Yeah. We are going to become wandering barbarians looking for the right opponent worthy enough to kill us.
What?
What do you think of that? Don't shoot it down. Don't you dare shoot it down unless it's with an arrow. Actually, no, they are for cowards. We will use the broadsword and the battle axe and the club. So you can't even shoot it down because we eschew the cowardly quivers of fops and bows. Right? You and I, and we've long, Don't worry, Conrad, because I've got the perfect role for you coming up and all. You're gonna love this, right? Anyway, you and I, Jonathan, we've had enough of the lords and the ladies of high society, and that's why we've given up. We are now wandering barbarians, and like all barbarians, we secretly harbour a death wish, and are just waiting for the champion who is stout of heart and noble of bearing enough to finally put us in the ground, which will be for a long time, because we are highly skilled in the arts of melee.
Melee?
Yeah.
Melee. Jim.
Right, I've already got the loincloths. I've got the loincloths. That's all we'll need. I think that's all we'll need.
We don't even have battle axes or swords or anything?
We'll get them.
We'll start off at just loincloths and then acquire battle axes.
I like to think so. I
don't know if they're going to want to harm us.
Once you've got the loincloth, that the rest just falls into place. So we'll wear them like proper fur, wolf pelt. I can probably get them from somewhere. I know a few hunters. I actually do, because I live in the south now, and you just acquire hunters. That's what happens. They can score me some wolf pelts, so we'll staple those to our midriffs. You just get 2 flaps of dead wolf, one to cover our ass, one to cover our genitals.
Whoa, why did you get so close to me when you said genitals somehow? Through the microphone. Ooh.
Just to be sensitive for our young listeners.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, I don't want to say, meaty, veiny, cunt stickers.
Oh,
horrible.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yuck.
That was awful ad-libbing.
That's alright, it's good times.
Yeah. We'll probably need skulls.
No. If we are seen wearing mostly not clothes and have skulls and say to local shopkeepers, "You got any battle axes?" That's how you talk. "Got any broadswords? Just looking to be barbarians." People will not be okay with it. We will not get far. We'll be again with a lot of our ideas. We'll be in jail, or we'll be psychiatrically hospitalized, or
we will not. We do
for sure. And
no jail. No jail can hold Timotei, son of Oil of Ule. That's my barbarian name.
That's a cool name.
When the police show up and I've got my goat skull on my head, my bits of wolf flap hanging round my balls, I will shout, I will bellow like a Skyrim man and go, "You cannot stop Timotei, son of Oil of Ule! Come ye, noble warriors! Let's see who is stout of heart enough to put me in the ground!" Like that.
And then you'll be tased immediately. Just tased. Right in the face.
Tasers don't exist. They'll zap me and I'll go, "What witchcraft is this? Put away your loathsome spells, foul necromancer, and taste my steel!" That's what we'll do. And then I will turn to you and I will say, "You, Chungus, son of Chungus."
Why am I always a Chungus? That's not a compliment.
Chungus. Give them the kiss of your edge! Nyah! And that's when you wield your battle axe and take off the coppers' heads.
Oh, no.
Because they're taking...
These are cops we're talking to? And we're armed? We were shot a long time ago then. I thought we would just get away with being billy clubbed and tased.
Well,
maybe.
if we get shot, then...
If we get shot. They shoot people who protest, the freaking, Wall Street there. They shoot those guys. We are naked men with swords.
In my neck of the woods, actually, some research just came out that said, so the police in Portland do inordinately shoot an inordinately high number of mental patients.
Yeah, people get shot a lot. New York City, just, you're sitting around, got shot. They thought it was somebody else. Happens all the time. And these are people wearing clothes, not talking with funny voices and brandishing swords. We're not going to survive this one, Jim. It's another one of your old gonna kill Jonathan Holmes ideas.
I don't even... Where have the cops even come from? You're jumping the gun. You've gone too far. Right?
Okay, so these are just citizens still.
We haven't even started being barbarians yet. How the hell are we going to upgrade to destroyers if you're jumping the gun? We're going to be barbarians, then adventurers, then destroyers. And then the cops can shoot us. Because that's the end game. Because then we go to the Hall of Heroes and drink fine mead. And slap asses of serving wenches and go, that was a good art I slapped. But we're not that far ahead yet. We're still in the hardware store. Asking for steel. Fine northern steel. I'm assuming... we're gonna end up with like a hedge trimmer and a trowel, and that'll do. So you can have the hedge trimmer. I'm handy enough with a trowel. Some would say the trowel's the weaker weapon. It depends what you do with it. But you will feel better, I think, with the hedge clippers.
No, I'm not gonna. No, those are the ones that people think that's a guy who's going to kill someone. Shoot him first, whereas you just holding like a garden hoe, they'll be like, give him some Thorazine and
language. Garden hoe, gendered insult. Stop it.
Sorry.
So now we're in the woods.
No, it's cold.
Now we're in the woods wearing our wolf pelts holding our gardening tools, wearing goat skulls. I think you can buy them off Amazon. It's going to be pretty cost effective. I know Alex has got Prime. We can get that without shipping. So don't even worry about the shipping costs.
Okay, great.
While all this is going on, we've got Conrad wearing a feathered hat and, like, embroidered fine nobleman's clothes. Just going up to strangers in the street going, "Here is a purse of monies. Find these 2 loathsome barbarian fugitives and bring them to me. I will have them in the dungeon." No!
Why would... I mean, no...
Have you seen what Conrad looks like? Now imagine him as an aristocrat playing assassins who are just people at the bus stop to come and find barbarians. It works so well.
Okay. Is there a backstory? Is there a reason why Conrad wants just 2 naked men in the woods to be killed?
Yep. We slew his oxen on the grounds of his manor.
Just to defy him, or were we hungry, or
all of it? Because the guard said, you can't eat that ox. That belongs to his lordship. And then we grab our testicles and penises in our hands and thrust them menacingly and say, "Here is what I think of his lordship, lords. I think my balls are here." And then we...
I think they're here.
I think my balls are here. You idiot. You fucking twat.
They're the idiot.
And that's it's a fine old barbarian insult. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's
500 gold pieces a head for the barbarians then. I mean, Christ.
There we go. His lordship was most not amused when we slew his ox and gate crashed his daughter's wedding. And we splashed...
Oh, no, you didn't.
We splashed mead on her dress and said, "You look like a right fucking tart in that."
That's really mean.
Well,
why would
in fairness, the wife and I did not want her to wear a dress that was quite that revealing.
It was incredibly revealing. We said, "Put some fucking clothes on. You're not in the fucking strip club."
Conrad
I forgot to mention.
Approved, but,
I forgot to mention that as barbarians, we are also incredibly sexist and subscribe to 1950s morals.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ooh, the darkest of all.
Yeah.
All periods for women.
You're embarrassing your father, and he's a job creator as well. Splash. and obviously, Lord Conrad of Zimmerman was most annoyed. And he said, "Get off of the Zimmer Manor." That was a good portmanteau.
Whoa, that is cool.
"Before I set the hounds on you, bring me the dire wolves, for they will feast on suckling cunts tonight." And then we said, "You call us cunts, sir? I am Timotei, son of Oilawule, and this is Chungus, son of Chungus, and I think my balls are here." And then we grab our balls again, because barbarians insult people, but they're vulgar. It's not supposed to be pretty, Jonathan. "And feast your eyes on these balls of ours," and we run away.
It's not that different than the documentary on bears I was watching on Logo. It's pretty close, except they just had a lot more sex with each other and were nicer.
Oh, don't worry, we haven't got that far ahead of the story yet.
Sure, we haven't. Oh, mercy.
How else do you think we're gonna keep ourselves warm on a winter's night?
Can we just cuddle? Can't we be romantic without being sexual?
Oh, so what? You're gonna lead him on now?
No, I just think that you could have romance with a man and a man without it actually being a sexual romance. That's all I'm saying. That's what a lot of those bears were doing. They're just cuddling, and well, that's not true.
Well,
they were pretty. There's a lot of semen involved.
We can cuddle. I just advise you don't fall asleep before I do. Because I don't want to hear you snoring. Is all. Anyway.
What do you do to stop me snoring?
Huh?
What?
I'll have to fuck you up the ass.
That'll keep you. That's true.
Yeah, that'll stop you snoring.
Cure for snoring, absolutely.
Absolutely. Anyway, we need a base of operations. I'm thinking, I know a bridge. We'll have to clear out the resident homeless, but we will be armed and scary. So they'll probably just clear right out, no problem. We probably just have to walk up to them and say, "You, poverty-stricken peasant, I am a champion of the realm, and this bridge is a cave, actually. It's a cave now. It's ours, and I'll have that trash can with a fire in it as well. That will be a brazier. So that'll be our brazier, and we're going to cook rats off that."
Wait, we have houses. You have like 4 jobs.
What?
I have like 2. Why would we want to give We're doing pretty well for ourselves as it is, Jim. I don't see why we would want to sacrifice everything we have in order to...
How the fuck else are we going to get into the Hall of Heroes, you prick? If we do not die the noble death of the warrior, we will not drink fine mead and slap the asses of serving wenches for all eternity, while Rashakash looks on and smiles. Rashakash, Lord of Battles.
Like Crumb, but Rashakash.
But yeah. Rashakash.
I don't know.
Rashakash, Lord of Battles, he's got 4 arms, right? He's got a sword in 3 of them, and just a big dick in the other. Right? He has got 3 eyes, and one of the eyes is bigger than the rest of his head. And you can sink your hand into it and pull out a roast turkey.
Out of the eyeball?
Out of his eyeball, he just says, "Put your hand in my eye for turkey." And you just stick it like in the black bit. You put your hand in the black bit and pull out a turkey and eat it.
That bar sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Is he real tall? Is he?
Yeah, he is as tall as 3 horses.
That's a good unit of measurement. And they're tall horses. Yeah.
And instead of, he's got a big cock for one hand, and where his knob should be is a bread slicer.
That's not, doesn't stick out very much.
Yeah, but if you put your hand in it, you'll be in for a surprise.
I can't argue with that. But wouldn't we just, when we die now, just being video game press man?
Yeah.
Don't we go somewhere good too?
Game journalists go to wet underpants heaven. Where you just sit on a pile of wet underpants while people laugh at you for not having a real job.
Are they wet with like sweat or water or just unknown?
You really don't want to answer to that question.
They're just let's just say they're damp. They're damp, and every now and then someone with a camera comes round and he's following Arthur Guys while he tells you what a hard life he's got sitting on underpants.
That's the Polygon guy that gave Summit Xbox 360, right?
Summit doesn't deserve an Xbox. That's the biggest mistake Polygon ever made. He won't play a game on it. That's not what Summit does.
I think he's played some games on it.
He gets you to give him games, and then he just says, "I'm too busy."
He does have
that is true,
he's a finicky cat. Yeah.
I love Summit Sucker. He's an arsehole.
Oh, come on.
He's not around.
No.
It's for very old Podtoid listeners. He used to be on this show, stinking up the joint every week. And I used to get to call him names and make fun of him until one day he snapped and said, "Shut up, you fat fuck." which was pretty much the best day of my life. because I've been waiting so long for him to finally do it, and he did. I was very proud.
He's been on since then, though. He's done a few guest spots. Very technical, very fact-based appearances on this podcast. Just previewing games and talking about when games are coming out and stuff. He's a real newsman.
Talking about what? Previewing what?
Yeah, video games. I remember he was on last year at some point and did some good talking about video games.
He's never.
Which we haven't done.
He's never once talked about being a barbarian.
I don't.
Going up to street gangs and drug dealers and saying, who is man enough to take the challenge?
Submit would make a lousy barbarian. He is an anti-barbarian.
If you
What's
look
the opposite of a barbarian? Yeah?
It's the opposite. Submit, I think.
I think
it is literally the opposite.
He's not big. He's nice. He's not non-violent. He loves sports games and stats.
He carries soil in his pockets.
Yeah, just a lot of moist
his
soil.
His pockets are full of soil, and then when he's around someone's house, he did this to your house, you probably didn't see it. He goes into your house when you invite him in, and then when you're not looking, he just slaps the sides of his slacks, and so just a bit comes out. And it's just in your house. And he knows it's there. It's almost imperceptible. Because not a lot comes out if you just slap him. But enough comes out to where he knows he has put soil in your house that shouldn't be there.
Huh, that's pretty interesting. I'll watch for that.
He's a fucking bastard. Loves him.
Yes, me too.
He is.
Indeed.
What does he do at Polygon now?
I don't know.
Reviews. He's writing news for them.
News and reviews. News and reviews. Just news and reviews. Just news and reviews. Good for him. Good for him. I'm proud of him. I don't think he'd have gotten that job were it not for me molding him.
Oh yes, I'm sure you played a very large role in Submit's development.
Oh, I want to eat a large role.
Me too.
Want some bread? Let's go get some bread. Let's fuck this podcast off and all go get bread.
I used